56 Sports presents Northwest Indiana High School football. We're down on Route 2 in Lowell, Indiana for a Lake Black Conference ball game between the Andrean Fighting 59ers and the Lowell Red Devils. We're at Lowell High School in the Inferno, home of the Red Devils. Special thanks to Lowell Athletic Director, Mr. Don Bales. The Andrean 59ers come in tonight at 5-3 overall for head coach Jeff Karras. Coach Karras will be missing this game, suspended after being thrown out last week, and his father, Ted, will be in charge of the offense tonight. For the Lowell Red Devils, they come in at 7-1 on this season and one win away from clinching at least a share of the Lake Black Division Championship. With former Clark coach Gary Ridgely, Joe Redondo with you tonight from Lowell High School. The Red Devils looking to solidify a share of the conference championship, and this team no stranger, Lowell, to you, Coach.
No, definitely not. We always scrimmaged against Lowell. Our staff at Clark when I was there and the staff here always got together and did a lot of things. And in fact, Joe, this is where we had our last win as a coaching staff. We upset Lowell in the playoffs a couple of years ago. So, yeah, we know them pretty well, and they're a hard, tough football team. And I think that staff has done a great job with this year's group.
You saw Andrean twice last season. They're a very tough physical football team without Coach Karras tonight. But what kind of factor could that play?
Oh, I think it'll be a big difference just because he's a very emotional type of guy on the sidelines. He gets the kids way up. But you've got probably 50 years of footballs on that sideline right now with his dad, who's gone through all kinds of football in his lifetime. I don't think they'll miss a beat. I think this is going to be a good ball game. I think it's going to show you something that's going to happen in the playoffs.
All right, Coach, we'll come back and have the starting lineups in the opening kickoff right after this on PBS 56.
Tonight's game is underwritten by the Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, specializing in treating all aspects of children's orthopedic problems. Dr. Kacharsik, a fellowship-trained children's orthopedic surgeon, specializes in treating congenital birth deformities as well as scoliosis and children's fractures, with offices in Crown Point, Hobart, Dyer, and at the University of Chicago.
Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. It's up to you to reach out to be that friend who comes along. Your day is gonna come.
When you make a friend, you make a difference.
Your day is gonna come.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
We're back at Lowell High School. Red Devils coming on the field. Andrean already out there. This is a huge game for the Red Devils. They can win a share of the Black Division Championship of the Lake Athletic Conference. And it was a big game for them last year. Kind of the same scenario, Gary Ridgely, with them trying to reestablish some momentum and get things going for the sectional.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing to win the conference. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure Kirk and his staff would really love to do that. But I think the other thing is they've got to get back to the momentum they had before the Munster game last week, which kind of shook them up, I think, a little bit, and they're trying to figure out what's going on.
There you see it, 33-14 last year for Lowell. Mike French, 1,000 yards rushing, over 1,000 yards rushing. Chris Mutaw, just under 1,000 yards rushing, and Casey Nowinski's quietly had an outstanding year. Both offense and defense, I think he's got 6 interceptions, 37 catches for 535 yards. He's been in the end zone a lot there with 10 TDs. So he is kind of one of those guys that you don't hear about a lot, but he's quietly had a great year.
Yeah, that's a great average when you think that the kid's only caught 37 catches, but he's got 10 touchdowns. You know that they go to him in the opportune times.
Yeah, when he gets it, he usually gets in the old end zone. The captain's getting ready to meet on the center of the football field. Of course, Coach Jeff Karras telling us last night that he would be at the Bricky Bowl and try to enjoy a visit there and watch Valpo Hobart tonight. He was really upset about what happened last week. He was more upset because he didn't want to bring anything negative on the program, I think, more than anything. He wasn't, upset personally. He was just upset more how it reflected on the Andrean football program.
Yeah, I think he's got a good point, actually. If everything that I've read is true, you know, to not be able to go out and say something to a buddy of yours, you know, there's an awful lot of coaching fraternity here that you know him and you want to say things to maybe keep things out of trouble, and then he gets not only the flag and ejected from that game, but then he has to stay away from this game. I don't know. I as a coach that's been in that position, you know, you'd like to see there be some other way of handling the whole situation.
That rule's not too old, is it?
That rule came into effect my last year, I want to say, and thank God I never got involved in that one. But
Lowell won the toss. They will defer. Andrean will receive and go from left to right to start the football game. It is senior night, of course, here in Lowell. And the crowd came late, but they are here. Huge crowd, as always, for Lowell High School football.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those places where they get behind their team. There's no. We had to come down here, well, actually 3 times in playoffs, and 2 of the times we're not very good. And I tell you what, their fans do a great job.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places to go. Most favorite atmospheres for high school football in the area.
Well, now that I'm up in the booth, maybe it'll be my favorite atmosphere.
You'll enjoy this one.
Yeah, the first 2 years we were down here for this, it wasn't too, you know, good. The last one was okay, though, I must admit.
Now, we'll see Lowell statistics here later on a little bit, but they haven't thrown the football much this season, and really the lack of an effective passing game hurt them last week.
Yeah, I definitely think that's been their big downfall. They've got the good running game, and especially when they had Kimbrell, they actually had a couple guys that could go in there and do some running. And I think they need to work a little bit on their short passing game. It doesn't have to be anything great, but you just got to keep people honest. Otherwise, they start putting 9 people in the box, and you're in trouble.
One of the most popular men in Lowell just came down the field. We got to get a shot of him. No stranger to Channel 56. I think some of the fans are reacting to him right now.
And those that haven't, they soon will.
All right, the Red Devils have it on the tee. A.J. Schmelter, I believe. Nope. No, he's on the kickoff team. There he is.
Well, they've got him spotted now,
yeah,
I tell you.
It didn't take long for our camera guys. Hey, 75.
And Mark's no dummy. He made sure he stood behind the biggest lineman that Lowell's got,
right.
too.
Bob Bragg said, no, they want to see me on TV. They're not looking for Mark Smith. So we are ready to go. Andreas Luxilius will kick off.
You look to see him put the ball in the right corner. That's where he's kind of going.
Low line drive. That's going to be returned from the 10 to the 20, 25, and out to near the 30-yard line. Maybe the 29-yard line goes Casey Nowinski, and that was a returnable kickoff. Low and quickly got to Nowinski. There's the Andrean offensive line. Brum, a returning starter. Chelovich, Smallwood, Patrick Kroner, one of the good linemen in the area. And Dolasinski, the former quarterback, starts at tight end. Brett Goins is the young quarterback. Caldwell, Muta, Barbeld, and Nowinski for Andrean on first down. Split backfield. Lowell defense shows a little blitz. Here's the handoff. Muta stumbled. Boy, you got the old green grass brought him down at the 32-yard line. He had a huge hole, and you could see his reaction, not real happy. He had some big-time running room.
Yeah, you definitely had a great block by the tight end on the outside defender, and he had some room and just tripped and fell.
There's the linebackers for Lowell. Voss, a returning starter and a heck of a football player, and French and Powers and Chris Kimbrell not in the starting lineup and still out for at least a couple more weeks. 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff. There's a huge hole for Mutaw to the 45 to the 49-yard line of Lowell. Into Red Devil territory for a first down goes Chris Mutaw.
Yeah, Andrean is a little bit different than most of the teams that run their offense. They put their 2 halfbacks very wide. They're almost outside of the hip of the tackle. That puts a lot of pressure on the inside linebackers, and you have to get to them quick.
For the first time seeing Chris Mutaw live, he is quick.
Yeah, he gets to that hole pretty quick. The quarterback got on the ball real quick, and it opened up a seam. Looked like that Lowell had a blitz on, and once you miss with the blitz, he's got a lot of running room.
1st and 10 Niners at the Lowell 49-yard line. Fumble going. I think he covered it at the 49. It'll be no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up for Andrean.
You know, last year I was able to watch them play against Griffith, and I'm telling you, it's almost like an instant replay. They came out on the first offensive series against Griffith, and all they did was run wide with powers and then come quick with the quick dive, and they march right down the field as they're doing right now.
Andrean, I believe Mishawaka-Marion, the opponent, and they start the sectional next week. 2nd and 10, Andrean. Goins gives to Caldwell. Caldwell sweeping the left side hit, and he's going to be driven back. I think it was Steiner.
Hand off to Caldwell.
Andrew Steiner on the stop.
Well, they didn't get the corner blocked as well that time, and they were able to come up and keep him flattened out, which meant that he had to cover a lot more ground. The linebackers were able to come in and sweep up on him.
There you see the stats for the young quarterback. Junior Brett Goins, 67 for 153 for just under 44% and 12 touchdowns. Then talking to Coach Karras this week, they want him to run the ball a little more when he has the opportunity because he has good quickness.
Well, they'll keep other people honest, too. That's not a great percentage.
They're going to get nailed with a 5-yard penalty here, and we should hear from Bob Parker for the first time tonight. Bob Parker is the referee, Rick Stanford the umpire, Bob Madrowski, Dave Coaster, and Rick Parker.
Delay the game on the offense. 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Veteran crew.
Veteran crew who worked the state finals last year, if I'm not mistaken, and they've been together for probably 20 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you found out that the officials have gotten a lot better the last couple of years?
Well, since I've been up in the booth, they don't get yelled at as much. I know that, and they were making that comment before the game.
3rd and 15. Wide receiver to each side going straight back to throw. Looking for Nowinski. Throws before he makes the turn. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Well, Lowell did a nice job there. That time they blitzed 2 linebackers. They never really got to him, but they put enough pressure on that he had to throw the ball a little bit early.
They had some double coverage over here, too. They had the safety deep. Timing now, that one just off a little bit. Goins let it go, and Nowinski hadn't made his break yet.
This is when it could get exciting, Joe. French is quite a runner. I'm sure they'll kick away from him.
He is standing on his 25-yard line. Ooh,
short kick.
Short kick. Might hit one of the Red Devils. It did. It's covered by Andrean. I think it hit 79. Might have hit Steiner at the 40-yard line, and one of the Andrean 59ers jumped on it. And Kirk Kennedy, some of the fire out there at the 40-yard line. He is not happy.
Well, it's a standard play that's been around for a long time, but as soon as the ball will kick like that, you've got some key word. We used to use poison, and that just tells everybody, peel away, get away from it. Instead, the kid just kind of stooped down, and it unfortunately bounced and hit him, and then it becomes anybody's ball.
Right. Sometimes you blame it on the return guys for not signaling them to get the heck out of there, but Mike French was waving his hands and screaming for him to get the heck out of the middle of the field there. Here's Mutaw with a hole off right tackle to the 30. Cuts back and slides down at the 23-yard line.
Well, I don't know what the field is like tonight. Sometimes at this time of the year it gets a little soft, but they sure are having footing problems on this right side.
Last carry by number 30, Caldwell.
1st and 10, Andrean.
Picks up 1st down yardage.
That's the second Niner we've seen slip.
Yeah, and actually Sam Voss had a great chance to tackle him in the backfield, and he slipped down and allowed him to get outside.
Mutaw to the 19-yard line for a gain of 4.
Now, I'm not real sure, but it looks like Lowell may be putting their defensive tackles a little bit wider to compensate for the wideness of the backs. That dive play wasn't quite as good because there were people in his face.
Does the wideness of the formation of the backs just allow them to get to the tackle area faster?
Yeah, and it actually puts a lot of pressure on your inside linebackers. Your inside linebackers are lined up over the guards, and so they're going at an angle also.
There's Mutaw. He's hitting the backfield this time.
Now, unlike the first couple of plays where they tried to go wide with that was a power-off tackle, and they basically ran right into the defensive end. He did a great job.
Schmelter on the stop. 3rd and 8. 7:58 to go. First quarter, no score.
Brad Stewart sporting the new hairstyle. He got his hair kind of buzzed, I guess. He had a bet with the kids, and he lost. But he does a great job with this defense. He moves them, changes them a little bit, and makes you keep guessing on offense.
3rd down and 8. Quick pitch to the left side to Caldwell. Caldwell runs over tackle near the first down marker. One of the Niners says they got it. It'll be close. Ryan Barbold says we got the first down, but we'll have to wait till one of the guys in the stripes signals it. It's going to be 4th down and short, I think.
Well, Caldwell did a great job there. He came up, he took on the blocker and allowed the safety to come up and make the tackle. Otherwise, you had a big tackle out there on the halfback.
4th and less than a yard. Power I formation. That was one of the formations that Kirk Kennedy didn't want to see much of tonight. I think one of the Red Devils was in the neutral zone. Kirk said before the game, if you see the power I, lads, because they're ramming it down your throat.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell you, Andrean does that. They don't fool you with anything. When they go into that power I, they're going to run behind those two guys.
Encroachment on the defense. Results in a first down.
So that's not a good penalty. It's going to be inside the 10 now. 1st and goal, Andrean from the 9.
You know, high school football, Joe, you have a lot of people that have, you know, a lot of tendencies, and it's one of the things we used to look for. This is definitely a tendency with the power I, but you still have to have people that are willing to go in there and do their job.
Stopping it's another thing, huh?
Yeah, definitely. And here they came right back with the same play, even though they had the, you know, first down here.
Mutaw down to the 6. 2nd and goal from there. Lowell hasn't seen the football yet with the punt ricocheting off one of the Red Devils going back to Andrean. So their defense has been on the field for the first 5.5 minutes of this football game.
Well, I hope they're making a mistake over on that far sidelines. I hope those stakes are not supposed to be up because it should be 2nd and goal, I'm pretty sure. It looks like they've only got a yard to go.
Yep, sure does. Looks like they only had about 6 yards to go for a first down. I think we're going to have an official's timeout.
And he may be checking on this himself.
Right, he's going to say, hey, what's going on down there? When they gave him the first down, it was a 1st down and goal from the 5. It should not have been a 1st and 5 or 1st and 6.
And I think that's exactly what they're doing now. He's telling them to put the stakes to the sidelines.
They moved them way back, but they didn't trust them.
Yeah.
There we go. And I'll tell you, Joe, this is what I like about this crew because, you know, they'll see something, and they won't make a snap judgment. They'll get together and make a good call.
I formation. Rolling right side's going. Fire into the corner. Got him. Touchdown. Casey Nowinski scores his 11th touchdown on a 6-yard catch, and it's 6-0 Andrean.
Nothing special. They rolled out. They flooded the area, and they hit the big tight end. I tell you what, Andrean is playing 1960 Chicago Bear football, and Coach Karras over there has brought the playbook out.
So 6-0 Andrean. They score on their 2nd possession of the game after the turnover.
Number 45, Patrick Fagan.
That one's going to be blocked.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of the Red Devils, Brandon Verkler, the junior, got in there quickly and blocked that extra point.
Well, that's been a kind of a bone of contention with Coach Karras over at Andrean all year long. They thought they had that kicking game all solidified when they were going to have the transfer from Lake Station via Portage, and then he got shot down by the IHSAA, and he's had to go with some freshmen. I thought that was number 45, and I was trying to look and see.
We don't have a 45.
There is no 45, so maybe he is a freshman they just brought up or someone from the soccer team. But he did take an awful long time to get that kick off. I thought the snap was good, the hold was good. He just kind of was a little bit slow, and they came right through the left side of their the defensive line for the block.
Somebody definitely got in there quick. Jeez.
Yes.
So now Lowell will try to get the football again for the first time.
The football team will play Andrean tomorrow morning at Lowell. The game time is 10 a.m.
Well, I haven't seen the Andrean kickoff, but I'd be guessing that they're going to kick the ball to our side of the field because that's where 34 is, and 6 is on the other side.
Right. You would think.
You don't want French carrying the ball if you don't have to.
Kicking off for the 59ers, number 26, Rocco Marcinak.
Rocco Marcinak will kick off.
Back for the Red Devils, French and Powers.
Keith Powers, who had a huge fumble return for touchdown to win the Griffith game earlier this season.
Yeah, that was one of the strangest high school plays I've seen. I was at that game. I never knew that you had an option with the fullback, where the fullback pitches.
I'm not sure Griffith knew they had that in the playbook either.
I bet they don't have it anymore.
It's out of bounds.
Penalty.
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
You know, there's a lot of folks that saw that play on tape, too, Coach, that said that if he catches the pitch, it's a touchdown.
Oh, he was gone. There was no doubt. There was nobody outside, and you know, and that's to be expected because once they hand the ball off to that fullback, you've got no more threat. So everybody was going that way, and Pettigrew was pretty quick, and that was who he was trying to pitch the ball to.
There you see the Lowell backfield. Alan Houchins, the quarterback. Van Dersen and French, Seedell and Smith. 1st and 10 Lowell. They have it at the 35-yard line after the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Well, I've said I watched Lowell play Clark in the scrimmage at the beginning of the year, and I think this is the best coaching job that the Lowell coaching staff has done. I mean, they have 5 linemen that probably didn't get many snaps last year, and they're just doing a great job with French in the backfield.
1st and 10. Here's French with a nice hole at left guard. And
there was a surprise, Joe. That was the power off tackle for Lowell, which we will probably see. If they run 60 plays tonight, 40 will be off tackle. They do 2 different things, though. Lowell likes to have the power where they actually have the fullback go out on the linebacker, and then they have what they call a kick out, and a lot of people call an isolation, where they send the fullback to the defensive end and everybody else inside. 2 different looks, 2 different blocking schemes.
2nd and 7. French tries it the right side to the 42-yard line. Gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3 to go for a 1st down.
And I can say since 1988 or 89, I'm not quite sure which one it was, but this is Lowell style. They really use the power. They like the eye. They come at you. They're not going to do anything, you know, surprising at the beginning of the ball game.
Alan Houchins, just 1 touchdown pass this season, only 63 attempts throwing the football. Here's a 3rd down and 3. French, head-on collision, and he struggles near the marker. What a hit that was at the 45-yard line.
And I'm not positive, but it sure looked like that was the play where you're talking about with the kick out, where they have that fullback's a little bit offset, and he goes and he kicks that end out, and then that way it allows the back to run either to the outside or cut back inside.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Houchins. Van Dersen over the midfield stripe to the 46-yard line.
And I think that's something that they're doing more of this year. I think they've got a little bit more faith in their other backs because they are letting them take the ball. That was a nice run right there, and if I recall correctly, it was the same thing they were doing against Griffith. Griffith was definitely looking for French to run the ball, and they got a lot of yardage out of, at the time, Kimbrell and now 22. I don't remember.
Van Dersen.
Yes, Van Dersen.
Well, they used the that other back real well last year. It was Chris Galt, I believe. 2nd and short. French has the 1st down as he gets low. Down to the 43-yard line.
Takes it to the 41-yard line. 1st down, Red Devils.
And again, this looks like the Griffith ball game. In that one, however, Griffith kicked off to Lowell, and they just marched on. I think they had like a 12-play drive that just went right down the field for their first score.
Well, you said a moment ago, our buddy Mark Reed, the offensive line coach, how difficult is that? I mean, you lose 5 linemen.
Virtually nearly impossible. It really is, and people don't understand that.
French spins out of the backfield. Boy, that looked like a loss. He made it into a gain.
Yeah.
That wasn't great blocking. That was just good talent there as he spun to the 39-yard line.
You know, going back to what you were just talking about, Joe, it's one thing to take kids and not make them block the run. I mean, you can let them block the pass and things like that, cut people and things, but this is a running team, and that's tough. We have the replay. What a spin move there.
Yeah, you can't That's not something you
don't
can
teach
coach
that. No, you don't teach that. That kid walked into school his freshman year with that move.
2nd and 9 from the 40.
Draw.
French with a huge hole. On his feet. 30. Oh, tripped up, or he would have been gone. Tripped up at the 28-yard line.
Tripped up at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, he tripped up by his own guy.
Yeah.
First down, Red Devils.
One of his blockers downfield, as we see.
I think that was Dan Blackford, number 33. Here's the replay. We'll see here.
Had feet there.
And he was actually doing a good job blocking downfield, too.
For 11 yards.
1st and 10, 28-yard line of Andrean. Verkler wide right. Houchin's going to boot left side and throw. And got a man. Catch made at the 23-yard line.
That was a nice throw. Rolling to the left is one of the tougher places to throw from for a right-handed player, but this is something they need if they want to get deep into the playoffs.
2nd and 5. Football at the 22.
And it doesn't take much. That kind of play will keep that front from coming in as hard against the run.
Here's French and another slip.
Yeah, it must be pretty. Either the grass is real short and that'll cause it to do that, or it might be a little damp.
I would take the first one, I would think. The grass does get short this time of year. I don't understand that. We were out on the field at Highland last week, and there's just not much thickness in the turf this time of the season.
Yeah, they may be cutting it shorter because we were having so much water. I'm not real sure. If you have speed, it's short. If you have no speed like Clark, we used to keep it long.
Kind of like Wrigley Field.
Definitely.
Yeah. 3rd and 6. Houchins.
Same play, wide open.
And a catch, Van Dersen to the 10. 1st and goal. Lowell down there at the 6-yard line.
Inside the 5-yard line. First down, Red Devils.
That was a real nice play. That time they brought their back, and it looked like he was going to block the end, and then he just slipped out into the flat.
From the 6-yard line.
The tight end went deeper, and he was wide open. There's nobody within 5 yards of him. About the 6.
1st down and goal. Unbalanced left, that's where they go. Dolasinski makes the tackle at the 4-yard line. A gain of 2, 2nd and goal from there.
Tackle made by 72 Steinach and 58 Brum.
Steve Stymek was there as well. Second and goal from the 4 as we wind down to about 25 seconds left, first quarter.
You got double tight end in now. Looks like they have an opening to the right-hand side. And that's where they go.
And French dives toward the end zone.
Awful close.
Real close.
French takes it right to the goal line.
Oh.
No signal.
Inside the 1.
Fans thought he got there. That's going to run us down to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 6-0 Andrean. We'll come to the second quarter right after this on PBS 56. Turn my...
Tonight's game is underwritten by The Times, Northwest Indiana, and Southeast Suburban Chicago's source for local prep, college, and pro sports. Times home delivery available. 1-800-589-3331.
We start the second quarter. Lowell with a 3rd down and goal from the 1 as they trail 6-0. 6-yard touchdown pass from Brett Goins to Casey Nowinski. Has Andrean on the board. We have had only 3 possessions in this game. This is Lowell's first possession still as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, it's gone very fast.
They split the backfield this time. as they jump around on the line of scrimmage. To give the French, he bounces off and gets in there for the touchdown. That was some second effort as well.
I like that formation down here, though. I mean, when you have the split back, you've got a few more options that they have to be worried about, even though, French is going to get the ball most of the time. But it's also a lot quicker than him being 7 yards deep. This will be important right here. I tell you what, I felt for this number one against Griffith.
Right.
He had a tough night.
Tim Sova.
Yeah, and I can only recall it wasn't all that long ago when my own son was a sophomore kicking for us, and he had a few of these kind of days. But before the game, I'll tell you what, he was kicking very, very well. So you know he's been at practice doing what he should be.
Lukasic will hold. Snap is good, kick is up, and a rifle shot right through there. So Lowell takes the lead as they convert on the extra point, 7-6. Yeah, Coach Kennedy had some choice words for their kicking game after the Griffith game, I think.
Yeah, it was real tough. The kid's only a sophomore, and I tell you, at the scrimmage, we watched him, and you only get 3 kicks at the scrimmage, but the ball needed help to get over the crossbar at that time. So the kid has come a long way, and from only being a sophomore, I think he's going to be somebody to reckon with as a junior and a senior.
Now, Kimbrell also kicks, but I guess he doesn't like to that much.
Yeah, and I don't know if he'll be kicking anymore. From what I understand, It's his foot that's bothering him, so I'd really like to see him come back. You never like to see a team be without one of their stars when you get into the playoffs and things like that. And so I hope for his sake and for the team's sake that he's able to get back and play.
How important this staff here at Lowell, the 2-8, then the regional championship last year. How important is it to keep your staff together for this long? These guys have been together a long time.
I'll tell you what, it makes a big, big difference. They get along. They know what is their job and what isn't their job. And not that we had a big letdown, but we lost a couple guys near the end due to jobs, and it made a difference.
Nowinski to the 20, down to the 25-yard line. Ryan Siddell on the tackle. I really think that Lowell the last 2 years has done it with chemistry, it seems like, more than talent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've got the one thing that they always need. They've been able to have that back that can really help them and get them out of tough situations. But they really haven't thrown the ball very well, and it means most teams are able to gang up on that one guy, and they've still been able to just run the ball down your throat. But defense is where it comes from, Joe,
right.
And they do a great job of defense.
1st and 10. Here's Caldwell, spins into the hole, has some good yardage to the 31-yard line and a gain of about 5. Speaking of those backs, we've got a graphic maybe we can look at here in a few minutes. Lowell's success here in the 90s has been behind, as you said, that tailback. Some guy, we're going to bring back some sleepless nights maybe for you when we show that graphic, because they have always had a good halfback.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, most of it seems like their name is Mike.
Yeah, Mike or Matt, it's been the M's.
Exactly.
2nd and 4. Quick pitch and a slant. Nowinski with a catch. Hey, he can play for the Bears. There's somebody who can go over the middle. Made the catch to the 41-yard line.
But they also got a quarterback that can get the ball to him.
On time.
Here's that graphic right there, Joe.
Pickett, Pernick, and now French, some 1,000-yard rushers. Mike Pickett with 33 touchdowns back in 1994. Now, you wouldn't even recognize him now because I saw him at Chesterton. He's an assistant coach over there, and he looks like he's about 180.
Really?
Yeah, he has dropped some of that weight he used to play college football for Ball State. As there's Mutaw to the 50-yard line. Ryan Siddell on the stop again. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Lowell cannot be happy with how they've been defending this run early in this game.
No, and they've tried to change up a little bit. Brad started with the 4-4, which I know they like to use. Right now he's got a 5-2, and the 3 inside people are covering up the guards, but they're still able to run over tackle.
Ryan Barbold comes wide left. A quick pitch to left side. Oh, corner came up and tried to make a play. Powers did, but he ran by him.
Well, they got the first down on that, Joe, but actually the corner didn't do a bad job because he forced him to turn inside where they were able to come from the inside and tackle him.
8, Brandon Verkler on the pursuit made the stop.
Right. you would rather see him do that, miss, and make him turn in, like he did there.
Yeah, Powers made sure that he turned him back inside.
Than to go inside too early and let the guy get outside him where there's no help.
1st and 10, Andrean now from the 47 of Lowell. 7-6 Red Devils. Goins, boy, Nowinski again. And he's got it with the catch down to the 36-yard line. And we have got to be impressed with 11. Brett Goins delivering the football. He's got some size, too.
Yeah, he definitely does. He throws a real nice slant, which is a good thing you have to practice. He's throwing it right to where they can catch the ball and just keep running. Makes a big difference. One thing, though, is if one defensive lineman can get his hands up in the air, it really puts a stop to that play.
1st and 10, Andrean now 37. Mutaw hitting the backfield this time. Tripped up. A.J. Schmelter on the stop.
Doing a nice job filling that gap. And again, you're not seeing anything fancy, but they work at what they do. Andrean does, and they've run probably 4 different plays, but they're doing it very well.
Pascal in the ball game now. Comes wide left.
He's got some size.
2nd and 9. Goins over the middle looking. Nowinski's got it again. Inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Ryan Seidel on the stop again, but not till Andrean has another first down.
15-yard line. Once again, another 59er first down.
Well, there you see the replay, and that's probably the easiest pass in football to throw because it's on a straight line right over the middle. You don't have to worry about a guy going away from you. It's something you've used since you were a little kid playing in the front yard.
That combination's been impressive tonight. Wow.
Well, you can see why he's got 37 catches before we started tonight.
Oh, somebody moved at left tackle, and that's going to be 5 yards. We don't have a 72 either, do we? I think that's Stymack. I think they changed his number from 86 to an offensive lineman number.
False start on the offense.
Nick
5-yard
Stymack.
penalty, first down.
Yeah, they would definitely have to. In high school football, it's illegal to have an 86 playing inside.
Result in a 5-yard penalty.
He's had a tight end number at the beginning of the year. 1st and 15. 8:31 to go. First half, a snappy first half. These guys have been going up and down the field, moving the chains. Goins going to fire to the left side. And a catch? No, he made the catch, but out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if
his left foot was on the line.
Yeah, I don't know if we have it on the replay, but if we do, I think you'll easily see that he was probably a good yard outside.
Gamel Pascal, who did a great job to catch that ball, but I think his left foot was on the sideline, and as you said, this crew right on top of that.
Yeah, did a nice job. They were right there with the call. There was no hesitation. I think that makes a big difference, too. He could have went down there and thought about it a little bit, and that gets the fans a little bit upset and not sure what you're doing, but it was immediate.
There you see Ted Sr., 2nd and 15 from the 20. Boy, Nowinski again, and he's got it down to the 12-yard line. Is Walt Harris out there?
Well, I tell you, the corners for Lowell are playing way off. Yeah, playing way off. It's giving them the hitch, and that's what it was. The quarterback actually threw that ball even before
he turned.
The turn of the receiver.
3rd down and 6 from the 12-yard line. I feel like I'm watching Coach Dave Wanstead with Walt Harris, like 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. Now they got somebody cheating over there a little bit.
Draw.
Here comes a draw to Mutaw. Mutaw running to the 5 inside there down to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal. Now they got the defense cheating that way and ran it right up the middle. 1st and goal, Andrean at the 2-yard line.
They've been mixing it up real well. Boy, there was a huge hole.
Yes, there was. French came in to make the stop. Or that's a touchdown. Andrean's offense is looking good.
Well, surprise, surprise, power eye.
And a sneak for
Quarterback sneak.
Goins. And he's in for the touchdown. Brett Goins gives Andrean back the lead at 12-7 on a 1-yard touchdown run.
I would imagine they'll go for 2 here. And that's what it looks like.
The Andrean offense is in sectional form here.
Yeah, they're mixing it up very well, too. They came out the first couple series, and they were predominantly run. This time, they were predominantly throw. I think the people up top have probably told Coach Karras that they were playing off of him and might as well go to it. Power eye again.
It's difficult to get that kind of timing on that slant, though, in high school football. You don't see that a lot.
Oh, he was actually open.
Yep. Let him too much.
Well, number one fatal sin of a quarterback that's rolling out, you never lead a receiver because you're running and he's running, so you're throwing to the same plane. And so you don't want to lead them in that case. You throw right for their hip, and it'll be right there.
Andrean 59ers 12, Lowell Red Devils 7.
And what you were talking about a little earlier, Joe, that slant, yeah, it's something you have to practice because 2 very bad things can happen. Number one, you throw it a little bit too high, you torture the receiver if he gets hit, or you throw it a little bit off, and that defensive back is coming up, and he's going to pick it, and there's nobody between him and the goal line. So it is something you worked on. At college where I played, we, as a quarterback, we used to throw that pass play 100 times, 50 each way every day.
The 59ers have run for 200 or more yards in 5 of their 8 games, including the last 4, and I'm really impressed with them tonight. The quarterback looks good. He's got a lot of poise, a couple of backs, and Nowinski, and they're going to be a hand. Someone's going to have a lot to handle in 3A.
Yeah, especially this year. The 3A seems to be a little down. I know South Bend St. Joe has only won, I think, 2 ball games. Twin Lakes is down a little bit.
Mishawaka Marion down a little bit.
Right.
Here's Powers fielding at the 19. Keith still on his feet, looking for a block. And he'll go down at the 30-yard line. Boy, it might have been one guy away from breaking it outside.
Past the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 Lowells. They come back on the field trailing 12-7 from the 30-yard line. Their offensive line, though, is getting it done, Andrean, starting to come together. Let's see if they can put up a stop on defense.
They've got good size for 3A also, I'll tell you.
They always do. First and 10, Lowell, 2 receivers to the left side. Tight end to the right. Here's French. Boy, quick through the hole to the 41-yard line for a Red Devil first down.
11 yards.
He's that typical wrestling body style, you know, where he's so low to the ground and they have such great balance. We were lucky enough to have a couple of those at Clark in my years, and what a difference. It looks like there's no hole there, and the next thing you know, they're through it. They don't get knocked off their feet much, and he is quick.
He looks like he gets a running start when he gets,
Well, he's 7 yards deep. He's 7 yards deep in the eye, and that definitely gives him a chance to get going. Split backs now. Power.
Van Dersen puts his hand down.
Nice.
Good balance.
Very nice. Yeah.
To the 49 of Andrean.
By Cody Van Dersen, take up of 9 yards.
Little history, Joe. In 1965, a kid out of South Bend named Ole Galloway was one of the first kids that in high school that used to do that and put his hand down. And they won the state championship that year. And you'll see it here, what balance he has. Going down, there's another 5 yards simply because he's able to use his hand.
Well, that kick it over that last play before that when French hit the line of scrimmage at full speed.
Now here we are in that eye again.
2nd and 1.
Uh-oh.
I think Van Dersen covered it.
Yeah.
Houchins fumbled the football, and Van Dersen covered it.
Looked like Houchin was coming out of the center just a little bit too early and didn't get the ball.
3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3.
You guys had some real good football games with Lowell, didn't you?
Yeah, we really did, and it was kind of fun to do because of the relationship between the coaches and everything else. The last one was the best.
Third and short. Here's French in the backfield, and he's going to go down.
In the backfield by 26, Martin.
Marcinek came up and made an outstanding defensive play. And Andrean is going to stop Lowell, and that fumble just really got Lowell off rhythm, off their balance of getting first downs. Rocco Marcinek, a 5'9", 160 sophomore.
He shot the what we might call the C gap there, and that's exactly where they were running.
Coach Jeff Karras loves their sophomore class. Andrean has got a lot of sophomores in there playing.
They were close. There were 4 guys in.
Hacker
got a fumble.
I think Andrean covered it, though, the 25. After the Hacker punt, Andrean's got the football back. So the 59er offense, which has been impressive, they were shut down on their first series, but then after the fumble punt, got it back and took it in and scored in their second possession for the 12-7 lead.
Well, this is an important series, I think, especially for Lowell's defense. They need to stop them here just so that they have the confidence that they are able to do that.
Mark Unterfranz comes in the game and comes wide left. He's a big young man, listed at 6'3". There's the handoff. Mutah to the 33-yard line, and he hits the hole quick, too. We got some speedy backs.
And you almost have to be as wide as they are and still be able to run that power. They've got to get over there. I don't know if we'll be able to have a good vantage point here, but the last one was excellent to see just how wide those 2 backs line up from one another. It allows them to get outside real quick on the quick pitch. I mean, they're almost lined up in the gap between the tight end and the tackle. Here's power. They're pulling.
To the 37-yard line near the first down.
Looks like he's got the first down.
Well, I noticed there that time it looked like the 2 backs were looking at each other when they set themselves, kind of trying to gauge the distance away from them that they should be.
That's very, very possible. Because one thing I noticed is, more so than ever, Andrean's linemen are almost foot to foot. In the years past, when they had Bobby Finn, they weren't foot to foot. They wanted to spread it out a little bit, made people wider. But then Finn was awful quick, too.
He was a lot to handle.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he was something special. Mutah hitting the backfield. I hit again, and he'll go down for a loss. Sean Griffin on the tackle for loss back to the 35, and that's going to make it a 2nd down and 12.
The outside linebacker there, I think it's Randy Hacker, came down hard, and he hit the lead back, and it shut off the whole inside, and it forced him to bounce it outside, and they had one of the backs coming there.
Knock the lineman in the backfield.
Right, you see, and that just stops the hole completely.
2nd and 12. Goins rolls right, fires underneath, got a man, catch. Tackled immediately, though, at the 38-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 3. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Andrean.
Little flood pass that was picked up real well. That time, Lowell jumped back into their 4-4, so they had a couple extra guys in the linebacker area, and they were able to get outside.
Third and 9. Goins back to throw. Looking for Nowinski. Oh, some great defense.
I thought that was great.
Powers got in his jersey.
Done. Very nicely done there.
Got physical with big Casey Nowinski. I think these heights are a little bogus on this Andrean roster because a couple of these guys look bigger than 6'2".
Yeah, definitely.
4th and 9, and Andrean will have to punt.
Well, that's what we were just talking about, Joe. They held him there.
Right, that was big, and they made a couple plays. Had the tackle for loss in the backfield, and that kind of set up that series for him.
Looks like they may be going after. They got 10 guys up at the line of scrimmage, and there they go. Nope, not quite.
Barbold with a line drive punt. Here comes Powers with nobody in front of him. He gets down in a hurry to the 34-yard line. So 2 minutes left first half, and Lowell gets the football back, trailing by 5.
Now that's really asking a lot of that deep cover, deep man back with absolutely nobody blocking for him.
Keith should have put that arm up.
That is normally what most teams will do, is they will tell the guy that if they're going to block it, there's no run.
He did the right thing, though. He caught it and got down in a hurry.
Covered up the ball real well, too, so there'd be no fumble.
Didn't try to go east and west, outrun anybody.
Be interesting to see what Kirk does here with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go.
And not a prolific passing game.
No. Split backs.
34-yard line. Here's the handoff.
Powers.
Yeah, it's Anderson in the
Anderson,
game
31.
for the first time to the Andrean 59-yard line. Some fresh legs.
Now, I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but every time that they have gone split back and used the opposite back away from French, they've got good yardage. And I don't know if maybe Andrean is putting so much focus on French that it's opening up a hole for the other back.
I like Sean Anderson. Why doesn't he get more carries?
Probably because you have Mike French back there.
He had a big run for a touchdown, I think, in the Griffith game, right?
Yes, he did. Here's that offset eye. They like the power there. There's the kick out. There's French.
There comes French to the 40, 35. Pulled down out of bounds down the near sideline, so that'll stop the clock. 87, Casey Nowinski on the stop. And Kirk Kennedy moving quickly down that sideline. I think wanted a face mask. Maybe.
Yeah. It looked like there was a possibility, but he's not getting anything. But we'll see it here.
On his head.
We've got the replay. A lot of running room here. Oh, yeah. Well, I think maybe so.
Our replay has got the officials in trouble the last few weeks. We had a couple of fumbles that were not called or called incorrectly. And then we had a face mask last week that when we showed the replay, it really wasn't. He had the collar. French, he'll go down to the 29, 28-yard line. With all three of their timeouts, Coach.
And they'll use one.
Yep.
Andrean did a nice job on that when they used that same play. They put the offset with the fullback. He was going to kick the end out. Everybody was going to crush everybody else down. But the linebacker was able to scrape over the top and make the tackle on French.
3rd down and 8. Is it? It's got to be 2nd down and 8, I believe. Yeah, 2nd down and 8. That the line marker is wrong across the way. It is really 2nd down and 8. This would be a good place for the hook and ladder. I was telling Kirk, when Kirk said, hey, is Gary doing the game? He saw you on the sidelines. He said, is Gary doing the game with you tonight? I said, yeah, can you run the hook and ladder for him since he's here? He said, Andrean will.
Yeah, they probably will. You're right.
They run it every week.
Kirk is more into the halfback pass. There's no doubt about it. We all have our specialties. Right now, Kirk is explaining to the official that, if you grab a face mask, that's a penalty.
I love when he gets fired up.
And he can, let me tell you. He can.
He has been, I think he was a little nervous before the game. They want to win this conference championship tonight, want to get some momentum. I've been down there before games when he is loose as a goose, but not tonight.
Well, he's in an area where he's not real sure, I don't think. He's not sure. His team hasn't had to come from adversity when they were 7-0. And you don't know what a team's going to do at that time.
2nd and 8 coming up. He didn't like the fact that they didn't call a face mask and they had the down marker wrong, so that is corrected from the 28-yard line. That's a big penalty. I think that's 5 or 15 or whatever it is further down the field with just 1:31 left. Houchin's going to throw. Fires got a man open, just threw it a little low. The catch is made, didn't get out of bounds because Powers was down immediately. Yeah, boy, if he can hit that in the numbers with that one, he's going to turn around and run for some yardage.
It almost looks, I don't know, I haven't seen that much of Houchin, but it almost looks like he throws a better ball rolling to his left than he does to his right.
Right.
And a lot of times that'll happen with some quarterbacks because they make sure that they square their shoulders when they're going left. When they go right, they fly open on their shoulder.
Clock still running down to a minute. 3rd down and 4. Houchins is going to roll left this time. Fires, low again, underthrown, incomplete. Had Rich, I think it's Ragowitz, open. Underthrew him incomplete.
He was open in the flat.
So it'll be 4th down and 4.
They still have 2 timeouts left, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, this isn't all that bad a time for the draw with French.
I'm surprised we didn't see it in one of those last 2 calls of run play. That would have stopped the clock if they would have gotten the 1st down.
Split backs now. There it is. Nope, it's a fake.
Fake the draw.
Oh!
Underthrown again,
Yeah.
but catchable that time.
Yeah, it was catchable.
Looking for Anderson. So it'll go over to Andrean.
Maybe it was the fact that Andrean knew it wasn't a draw, but I'll tell you what, French was wide open.
Yeah. You're right, he did run through there pretty quick.
Andrean takes over on down.
So the 59ers have it 1st and 10 of 25 with a 12-7 lead. And they will more than likely, I think, run the clock out, but you never know.
You never know. Look how deep they are off of both wide receivers.
New running back in the game, Robert Adlard, carries to the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Randy Hacker.
They'll have to at least run the play as if kneeling down or whatever with the clock starting.
Clock running down inside of 20, down to 15.
And we've got 9 seconds on the play clock.
Here's Mutah. Mutah to the 44. Now they'll stop the clock and move the chains and restart it again.
4.6.
They have had some hold at the point of attack.
Yeah.
Clock stops and move the chains.
Coach Ted Kerr Sr., though, already... Oh, no, they are going to use a timeout. I thought they were walking off for halftime, but they will use a timeout with 4.5 seconds left. Hey, they're 55 yards away. Might as well go Big Ben right or our favorite hook and ladder up here or something. Fumble Rooski. I haven't seen little Fumble Rooski in a while. That was the play where the quarterback used to set the ball down behind the center and the guard would pull the other way and run with it.
Yeah,
right?
that was more of a college play than it was a high school play, and I don't know that there's too many high school coaches that would...
that got a guard that can run?
Well, not only that, but that would want the guard picking the ball up.
Yeah.
Too many bad things happen when that ball's on the ground.
Nebraska used to use that play.
Yes,
It
they
used
did.
to work.
Yes, they did. I'm a pretty wide open thought process person, but we never had the Fumble-Rooski now.
Oh, John used to love your offense.
Well, you know, his son at first didn't like it because he was our defensive coordinator. And when, in fact, when we played here, we had 4th down and probably 15 yards twice inside our 30-yard line, and we went for it both times, and we actually got it. But Doug used to look at me and just shake his head. He asked me, what am I doing to him? We've got a tackle that looks like he's lined up offside over here, or tight end, actually. And they're gonna go deep. Looking deep,
Overthrown and complete, and we're at halftime. At halftime, Andrean has the lead. 12-7 Fighting 59ers. We'll come back with the second half right after this on PBS 56.
Tonight's game is underwritten by Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute. Offers arthroscopic and arthroscopic reconstructive surgery for local athletes by Dr. George Alavagna, trained by world-respected sports medicine experts in Indianapolis. The Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, 219-738-2279.
They were so young and did so much. But that was more than half a century ago. Now the members of the great generation that won World War II are leaving us. About 1,000 of them every day. And yet there is no national memorial to honor their sacrifice. It is time to say thank you.
Call now and help build the National World War II Memorial on the Mall in Washington, D.C.
As we start the third quarter, high end-over-end kick in Powers from 20 comes left. And he's going to be snowed under at the 23-yard line. It actually looked like French could have got to that football, and Powers takes it and kind of ran away from his blocking there a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to go to the right side, and he decided he wanted to go left.
And that's what it looks like, is Coach Kennedy not happy with that play to start the third quarter. Lowell on the field offensively. First and 10 Red Devils. I formation. They pitch to French. They turn it in nicely. Still on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles. Gets outside and gets some good yardage to the 30 when it looked like he was going to be shut down in the backfield.
Yeah, he did that all on his own. There's no doubt. He broke 2 tackles, one of them deep, probably about 5 yards deep in the backfield.
Second down and 3 from the 30 on a gain of 7 from French on first down. Now Powers isn't sure whether he should come off or stay on. Houchins tells him, "Why don't you stay out here?"
Maybe we'll give you the ball.
Yeah, we'll use 11 this time.
There aren't that many high schools. I thought you did very well.
Powers split to the right. Cody Manderson in motion. The quick pitch to the left side. But that's right out of the Bricky playbook there, that motion. And French down the near sidelines to the 49-yard line. Boy, if they were unbalanced, they'd have been right out of that Holbert starting that fullback in motion and quick pitch.
Yeah, and I tell you, Van Dersen did a great job. He was in motion, and he turned the corner, and he really sealed off that outside linebacker coming and gave French the hole to get outside.
There's the Lowell offensive line and backfield. Alan Houchins is the quarterback. Seidel has had a good game on defense. He's made quite a few tackles. First down Lowell, 49-yard line. They trail 12-7. First and 10. Here's the fullback, Van Dersen, with a flag down. He's down at the 47-yard line of Andrean.
Kind of a strange call that usually means someone was in the neutral zone. And that's it.
Procedure against Lowell. Kroner made the stop.
Tight end must have moved because it was an interior lineman. They would have killed it immediately.
Stymack is wearing 72. Moore, Kroner, and Jordan Brum, the front 4. Well, you guys did a heck of a job down there in the truck on that Andrean. That looks, is it gold with like a red edge? There's the secondary. Marcinek, Nowinski, and Vojvodich. First and 15 from the 44.
Yeah, these aren't the situations you want to be in.
Nope. Showed a little bit of a blitz, but good protection. Houchins over the middle.
Open.
And he's got his man, Voss, to the 40-yard line.
First down.
Sam Voss on kind of a delay tight end screen over the middle.
Yeah, he blocked for a couple of seconds and then released, and it looked like the quarterback was looking for him the whole way. He wasn't even looking downfield. Here we see it again. You'll see just how wide open he is.
That's a good call in first and 15.
Yeah, and a very nice, safe play. Let those guys clear out. Good blocking by the interior line.
First down to the Andrean 40-yard line.
Little trap.
Van Dersen to the 38 or 37-yard line and a gain of a couple. Second down and 8.
That may be the first time that somebody other than French has run and not got 8 to 12 yards.
Jeff Karras was telling us this week that it just seems like his team loses concentration at different parts of the game, and they've had a hard time overcoming those spans where they're not playing as well as they should be or as well as they do for the rest of the game. Rolling left is Houchins. He's got a rush. Stymack takes a hold of him and pulls him down at the 48-yard line. Nick Stymack on the stop. Man, that looked like maybe another mask or close to it.
Yeah.
No call. And this is going to make it a second down and very long.
We'll see it here, Joe, possibly. He grabs him with his right hand. Well,
close.
The way the head went sure did look that way.
Wasn't as flagrant as the first one.
No.
Looked like he may have touched the face guard, then got the jersey. Yeah, it is third down and 18. So this gets Lowell off schedule. And here's the draw, or fake draw. Houchins rolls left, running for his life. Hit, driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That wasn't your normal push out of bounds. I think that was Jordan Brum who squared him up and fired him down out of bounds. So it's going to be a 4th and 15 for Lowell.
And Lowell sending in the punt team.
Had a shot at Chris Kimbrell down there on the sidelines there with a jersey on, the 5'9.5", 160 senior who you said you were really impressed with against Griffith. He was all over the field, huh?
Yeah, he definitely was. And like I said, you hate to see a team lose. He was also a leader, you know, and that's something that is tough to replace.
Long snap count. Hacker drives this one. Boy, what a great catch by Nowinski on the run on the near sideline. Boy, how many yards did he save his team that time as he returns it to the 26-yard line?
Yeah, that ball definitely looked like it was going out of bounds, so they would have had it back inside the 15.
Those are little things that in high school, boy, mean a lot. There's the offensive line for Andrean in the backfield.
Yeah, there's no doubt that, especially punts, it seems like more than anything else, that if guys don't field them, you really lose a lot. And we tried to impress upon our kids that go up and fair catch it if you have to, just to save us from going backwards.
1st and 10.
Lowell back in their 4-4.
Here's Caldwell. Steiner got up inside of his blocker, made some penetration, and made the stop.
That was a great play. If you could get that one on film, I tell you, the defensive end kept his man, took him right to the sidelines, then shut him and made the tackle.
That was a clinic on how to play that play, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Here, you can have the rest of them.
Van Dersen, here you see the secondary, Siddell, French, and Powers. Some happy folks in the press box.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that's what I need one of these days, just to win that 50-50. It was 1,200 at Griffith a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was there for that one. I wasn't involved, but
Caldwell hit the line of scrimmage, and he goes down. So this could be a couple of big series in a row for the Lowell defense.
Yeah, this is what Lowell is more accustomed to doing here, playing good, solid, hard-nosed defense up front.
Come on out to the club, Don.
Wow.
Big collision.
Yeah,
Sean Griffin.
And you love to see 4 and 5 guys going right to the tackle.
Sean Griffin on that stop, on that big hit, 3rd and 10.
Well,
oh, there you go. There was a clinic right there. He got in the 5-yard area, did French, beat Nowinski to the spot, didn't let him get off the line of scrimmage.
I want to say that's one of the first times they've actually come up inside of 5 yards on him, and that stopped the slant.
That was like, you see that kind of bump in the NFL, right?
Definitely. And French is not a kid that's going to back down. I don't care how big he is or isn't.
4th and 10. So another good defensive series for Lowell. High hanger this time. Powers running up. Oh, it's going to take a Lowell bounce. And it bounces and it's caught at the 45-yard line. And still too many Red Devils around that football.
Yeah, and kind of just standing around instead of getting away from the thing.
Got to act like it's a grenade or something, right?
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 Red Devils. They trail 12-7, 7:26 to go 3rd quarter on senior night.
Well, you know, I've always said that of all the rules in high school football, or in football altogether, I think that's probably one of the most unfair rules is on a punt where you're running down and you're not trying to field the ball or anything, and just because it bumps you, it becomes a free ball. I don't know. For some reason, I just don't think that should be part of the game.
1st and 10, I formation, pitch, turn it up inside. French stays low, gets outside, 35, out of bounds, 34-yard line.
Inside the 35.
Something about that number 6 jersey. I think just put it on down here, and all of a sudden
Yeah, and, you know, again, here you see there's something. He goes inside, boom, then right back outside.
Has the ball in the right hand.
Yep, lowers the shoulder, takes on the tackle with the shoulder. And it's almost the couple of games that I've seen Lowell play, this seems to be, you know, Mike French says, I want the ball, we're going to go down and we're going to score.
Andrean showing blitz up the middle. Van Dersen hit again, driven back, still on his feet. Third man brings him down after no gain, maybe a yard on the play to the 34-yard line.
Picks up a hard-fought yard.
So 2nd and 9. Alan Hutchins, the quarterback.
That took quite a while to get that play from the sidelines.
Play clock at 17. Powers and Siddell go wide right. Play clock at 7. Hutchins, off play action. Fires. There was some contact as the ball arrived, then complete. Caldwell had the coverage.
Coverage applied by Caldwell.
That looked to be the same play as they were successful on in the first half, except that French was out there now, and I think he's going to bring a crowd.
Boy, neither team defensively could stop the other, it seemed like, in the first half, and now the last 3 or 4 series, neither offense can get any rhythm going.
Well, that just shows that you've got some good coaches going in at halftime and, you know, changing a few things here and a few things there and making a difference.
3rd and 10. They fake the draw again. Over the middle and a catch at the 20 to the 18-yard line. Andrew Lohmeyer.
Inside the 20-yard line.
That was a different player, but that was pretty similar to the play again in the first half that got him down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice throw from Alan Hutchins. Stepped up on 3rd down and delivered the football. 1st and 10 to the Andrean 17-yard line. Siddell wide left. Here's French. Hit, bounces off to the 15, maybe to the 14, as he, again, is not stopped by the first Andrean defender.
Not sure what's going on in that pileup.
I think Brum might have been the first one there, but he bounced off. He is a guy that it's hard to get square and hit.
Yes, definitely.
Gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 15. Andrean defense starting to, some of those folks looking a little tired out there right now.
Well, I noticed, I think they had 7 guys going both ways.
Right.
Oh, that's
they're
trouble.
not tired there. There's a shot back at the 21-yard line. Nick Stymack and Rob Caldwell had a team meeting with Alan Hutchins in between.
And I tell you, Andrean's coming pretty hard up front. This could be the time for the old screen or, you know, or that draw. It looks like they've had the draw open a few times and just haven't given them the ball.
They've used it as a play-action fake. I got to agree with you here, Coach. This would be a nice time for that draw on 3rd and 13. You could be in 4-down territory, get some of it back here. Hutchins. Oh, just underthrown. French had all kind of room.
Pass and incomplete intended for French.
4th down and 13 for one of the few times tonight Mike French was open.
Yeah, he was wide open, and he actually started going left and then went back to the right. Nobody picked him up at all.
Unaccounted for in the secondary, and Allen's been a little underthrown in a couple of those balls tonight.
Well, that one looked like he just relaxed a little bit too much. Saw that he was wide open and wanted to get him the ball, and that's when you do your most damage. This could be a big play right here.
4th and 14, and they will go. See if they change something along the line of scrimmage. We've got
Andrean's bringing some people.
Went back to it. That time it was covered.
Right.
Incomplete. French hit as the ball arrived. Robert Adlard on the hit, and Andrean will get the football at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 59ers, and the big play there was the sack. They have had a negative play that has stopped them on each series here.
Well, Andrean's bringing people from different areas now. It's getting tough for the offensive line for Lowell to pick them up. Backs aren't picking them up, and quarterback's taking the punishment.
1st and 10, 59ers. Goins hands to Mutaw, I believe, to the 21, 22-yard line.
Mutaw brought down right at the line. Tackled by Steiner.
Steiner on the stop. A gain of 2. Yeah, maybe 1. 2nd down and 9. This one could go down to the last few possessions here.
Yeah, and it almost looks like Andrean's getting pretty conservative.
2nd and 9. Fullback, Caldwell. Gang tackled.
Yeah, you see about 6 guys from in black jerseys that are right there.
Sean Griffin again was there. Well, they've tried to get it to Nowinski in the last couple series, and the last time French was in his face.
And French is coming in now on the 3rd down, and I would imagine he'll be on him defensively.
3rd and 6. Unterfranz comes out of the game. Now they get the play in late with 11 seconds left in the play clock. Casey Nowinski goes wide left. Oh, French is over here, though. Goins
That's
looking.
where they wanted to go.
Oh, what a catch by Nowinski for the 1st down at the 35-yard line. That's a highlight reel catch there.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Powers was bumping him at first, and there might have even been a little grab. He went up with one hand and pulled it down.
Casey Nowinski doing his Randy Moss in the 56th game of the week. Went up there with the one big paw.
And definitely did. And they were going to him no matter what. There was nobody else there to look for or anything else.
1st and 10, Andrean, 35-yard line. Mutaw bounces off, not much there, a yard or 2. Griffin comes out of there with a towel.
Lowell's defense is doing a nice job with their front 7. Andrean's having a tough time running the ball.
Anthony A.J. Schmelter on the stop. Don't forget you can email us at prepfootball@yahoo.com to email us at 56 Sports. Prepfootball@yahoo.com. 2nd and 9. Goins. Mutaw. Tripped up, I think, by his own man again. Griffin covers him up to the 39-yard line.
That's what's coming up next week. East Chicago at Chesterton.
Yep. So we start the sectionals next Friday night at 11. The Cardinals, Keon Jackson, Dante Smith, and, of course, Zach Wilson. Some offensive fireworks next Friday night, 3rd and 6. Goins looking up top, got it, man, has a catch at the 40.
And he's gone, it looks like, well.
Cutting to the 20, one man coming after him, trips him up, and he'll go down. No, they give him the touchdown. Kamal Pascal caught it and took it all the way. 61 yards on the touchdown.
Yeah, and they beat French with the height. It looked like more than anything else. I thought Mike might knock the ball down, but was not to be.
This was a nice move here.
Yeah, going back inside.
Got tripped up here, kept his balance.
Right.
Hit again, and he was down on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it sure looked that way.
Yeah, that replay just gets us in trouble with the officials. Shouldn't even have shown that one.
We should have had these replays on the sidelines of my games there, Joe. I'd have had proof.
Give you some ammunition.
That's right, I would have proof.
Goins looking, got Caldwell for the 2-point conversion, and it's 20-7. And a flag thrown late. Nope, that's a personal foul coming up on the kickoff. Let's see.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the defense. The touchdown, the point after is good, be enforced on the kickoff.
Bob Parker telling you there that it will be enforced on the kickoff, and that might get Lowell some real bad field position.
Yeah, it definitely will. And I saw the kid hit him in the end zone. The kid fell down. I don't know that I would agree that that is worthy of a personal foul.
Coach Kennedy is not asking him what they're going to be for Halloween.
No, he's not real happy, and I think there's a good reason for that, actually. I mean, it wasn't a devastating blow. It was more of a bump.
2:21 to go, third quarter, and the Red Devils now, again, with the conference championship on the line, or at least a share of it. Here you see Ted Kerr, Sr. They got quite a group on that far sidelines, and with Teddy Jr. was over there. Jeff Karras was telling us this week there were times where the officials would look at on the Andrean sidelines a few years ago, hear everybody screaming. The officials would want to throw a flag, but they realized they were just screaming at each other. Kick taken at the 15. Breaking a tackle. Let's see if he bounces this one outside. Still on his feet. Down at the 31-yard line. So not
like the
bad
ball was
field
loose.
position. Ryan Siddell made a good return if he held on to it. The 31-yard line is where the offense will start. Siddell almost broke it outside. Nice spin move. Got a block. Lowell now, Coach, they need to try to eliminate that one negative play that kind of gets them off schedule.
Exactly.
1st and 10. Split backfield. Anderson. Oh, what a play. 80, Ryan Barbold ran right through the line and made the tackle for a loss of a yard.
And Lowell started with an unbalanced line and then tried to run behind it, but as you said, the blitz or the quick run through that hole stopped that.
You could do that when you're not expecting a run on or a pass on first down,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. This is important here. They need to get something moving, and it doesn't have to be great. Just got to be getting in a positive direction.
2nd and 12. They show blitz again. Houchins in trouble. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 20-yard line.
Houchins sacked inside the 20-yard line.
Andrean's bringing 8 guys, sometimes 9 guys. They just don't have enough people to cover it up, and they're hoping for the fact that they're trying to go a little bit long with this distance to cover up.
Jordan Brum on the stop. Houchins, who was banged up last week, hobbling around out there now. Yeah. 3rd down and a bunch. 3rd and 21. 3rd and 21.
They're coming again, it looks like.
There's
the draw, but nope.
They were looking for it that time at the 20-yard line. Was it Brum again?
I didn't get a good look at the number.
This has been a heck of a performance by Andrean here.
Yes, it has.
And with the weaker 3A sectional, they might be hitting their stride at the right time.
Right at the right time.
4th and 21.
We've got a timeout by Lowell. Looks like they may not have enough people on the field.
So they're going to have to use a timeout.
Yeah, they only had 10 people on the field that time, and Mike French called the timeout.
Somebody not out there. Luke Lukasik comes out.
Talia Brady, Jessica Carlotta, Reggie Clark, Natalie Ford, Lauren Gill, Katrina Gorby, Samantha Gray, Paige Isla Thibault.
Just got the feeling that Lowell can kind of feel it slipping away here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Looked like they were going to take it in and take the lead on that last drive. And then the big sack got them off schedule. Here it is. Griffith playing, I believe, Hammond High tonight. So the winner there, if Lowell loses tonight, will win the conference championship outright.
Well, if Griffith beats Hammond, it will.
I think Griffith's playing Hammond tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And
yeah,
so if Hammond High were to win,
right,
there could be a three-way tie.
No, they would win it outright, I think. Aren't they 3-1 as well?
Oh, they are 3. Yeah, I was looking at the 6-2. You're right.
That was a big comeback for Hammond High over in Andrean a couple weeks ago. Their only loss was to Lowell. And then with the game with Griffith tonight. So Griffith or Hammond could win it outright with whoever wins that game tonight. And if Lowell is going to be beaten here by Andrean, we still got a quarter of football to go. But
line drive kick.
No, this guy's been all over the field
That
tonight.
could have been a clip.
Nowinski down at the 47.
Nowinski returns it to the 47-yard line.
The natives are getting restless here a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we got 6.1 seconds to go in this quarter.
The blood is boiling on the near sideline down there.
Definitely.
Listen, Nowinski's got glue in his hands. There you see what looked like a hit from behind. 1st and 10. Oh, movement at left tackle. Nick Stymack, 6'3", 225.
False start on the offense, 5 yards, and it's first down.
Andrean has had some big folks. Bill Newton, I think, is at Northwestern now.
Boy, are they doing a job up there.
Yeah. Sour Danny Duncan had 130 yards rushing for St. Xavier. That's where Ted Karras Jr. is at now as an assistant head coach.
Power eye.
Mutaw hitting the backfield. There's a big negative play as Voss hangs on for the stop. Sam Voss, 5'10", 175 senior, made the hit, and we're after 3. 20-7, Andrean. And we'll be back with the 4th right after this at PBS 56.
Tonight's game is underwritten by Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute. Offers arthroscopic and arthroscopic reconstructive surgery for local athletes by Dr. George Alavagna, trained by world-respected sports medicine experts in Indianapolis. The Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, 219-738-2279.
They were so young and did so much. But that was more than half a century ago. Now the members of the great generation that won World War II are leaving us. About 1,000 of them every day. And yet there is no national memorial to honor their sacrifice. It is time to say thank you.
Call now and help build the National World War II Memorial on the Mall in Washington, D.C.
As we start the 4th quarter, Andrean fans don't want to see this graphic. It has not been a good quarter for the 59ers. They've been outscored 40-13 in the 4th quarter this season. And that might be just part of having a young team.
That's very possible. They also have, I think, 7 guys going both ways. So it could be just they get a little tired.
You said that early on with them having a lot of folks going both ways. But they have a 20-7 lead as we start the 4th quarter tonight. 2nd and 18. Power eye. Goins. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Flea flicker, and Goins looking for it. Nowinski's almost picked off. Boy, I'm good to see Brett Goins get up. That was a nasty hit he took from Anderson, or no, from Voss. Great play. Siddell had a chance for the interception.
Right. there was actually 3 people back there, and that's kind of unusual. I don't know if they've seen that at some other time or whatever, but normally that leaves a guy wide open deep.
Well, I think they have seen it because Andrean's got a lot of gimmick plays in the playbook. 3rd and 18. Screen. Goins has it. And
what a play.
Brought down is Caldwell. And Griffin's had a heck of a game on defense. Sean Griffin with another stop. And it's 4th down and 15. And that's definitely what Lowell needed, was a quick defensive stop.
Yeah, definitely. They had to get something going that way, get the momentum back on their side. And I'll tell you, had he not done that, Griffin not stopped them, they had a blocker out in front.
Griffin with the tackle, 4th down and 15, and Andrean to punt. Ryan Barbold gets it away. High punt. This is one of the first few high kicks of the night. They got a wall screen, or a wall being set up.
Oh.
Siddell can't get all the way to it. He's hitting down to the 21-yard line. I'm sorry, Powers couldn't get to it. Keith Powers on the return to the 21, and Lowell with another long field in front of him.
I think that was the Nick Stimac. Is that who's had his jersey changed to 72? He made a nice play there, because if they got around him, they had some running room.
1st and 10.
It looks like we have a new quarterback.
Wow. Luke Lukasic in at quarterback. Houchins was shaken up on that last series. Well, Dick Duran is not on the sidelines here.
No, definitely. I'll tell you, Andrean's got a 6'2" defense up there.
Here's French.
And they are filling every gap, and it's very difficult to run now.
French to the 24-yard line. Don't know if Houchins is replaced or whether he was hurt. He was shaken up before the last series ended.
Well, he's sitting on the bench in front of us. He's got his shoe off, so I have a feeling it's an ankle problem.
He did get injured on that last series.
He was hobbling.
So 2nd and 9.
And you have to wonder how many snaps in practice Lukasic has gotten.
Tough situation for him to be in, coming in here down 20-7. They pitch to French. He dances across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. Luke Lukasic, a 6'2" junior, 185, has got good size. Greg Smith wide left, Powers wide right. 3rd and 3. Some linebackers getting ready to shoot. Lukasic's got his man with a 1st down, out of bounds, 35-yard line.
Tell you what, he threw that very fundamentally sound. It made a halfway nice fake to freeze the linebackers, and then was able to, toss the ball out for Powers. And this is what they need. They need to get a little bit of momentum going here just to get back into the ball game.
Pretty good throw for his first throw on a 3rd down and 3. 1st and 10 Red Devils at the 34-yard line. They do need to hurry the tempo up a little bit, though. 82 comes wide right, Smith.
Yeah.
Got a feeling that Luke's
crossbuck.
French to the 40.
Little counter action there, crossbuck. They fake going one way, come back with a pulling guard. Nice yardage on that 1st down.
2nd and 4. Got a feeling just Luke, you could tell he's trying to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. He's a little hesitant out there, trying to think through the call, make sure everybody's in the right place.
Looks like French is talking to the official about something. He wasn't in the huddle.
17 on the play clock. Lukasic tells him that relays the play to him. 2nd and 4. Anderson hit. Gang tackle. Boy, still fighting for yardage at the 41-yard line. And another flag away from the football.
Flag in the backfield.
The Lowell players are getting a little frustrated here, and that was Voss with a block away from the ball, and that it was called. So that is going to make it a 2nd and 20, or 3rd and 20 coming up. That's going to be after the play.
This is not what they needed.
No.
Counts, so it's 3rd down.
Personal foul. Lowell. No, I think it's 3rd and 19. That was after the play.
Yep.
Powers comes wide right.
3rd down and 19 after the penalty.
8:44 to go. The K6 rolling right.
Well, he got away from the first one.
Underthrown and incomplete. Threw it, and then Powers turned to go further downfield. That's just a guy that hasn't, as you said, hasn't had many snaps.
Well, I think they have the same rule that we had. You're on an out, and you get within 6 yards of the sidelines, you automatically turn it up, and he did, and the quarterback didn't quite get the ball out there soon enough.
So it's going to be a 4th down. And Randy Hacker will be back to punt.
For the Red Devils, Hacker.
Hacker gets it away from the 17. And Lowell downs it at the 47-yard line.
Red Devils, 47. 59ers will take over 1st and 10.
So the Red Devils unable to move the football. Again, the one big negative play got them in trouble.
Yeah, they seemed like they were just coming out, getting a little momentum going, and then that penalty puts them back, and now the clock is starting to become a factor.
And they really don't have the passing game to get them over the big negative play. First and 10, Andrean. They're just going to try to run it here and eat up some of that clock.
Yeah, they've been in the power eye for a while.
Mutaw to the Lowell 49-yard line. Ryan Siddell on the stop. Tell us. Well, Lowell's defense has only given up only 13 points in the first quarter and 7 in the third all season. And Andrean has scored in both of those quarters tonight. 2nd and 6. And here's a flag.
It looks like this tight end on this side was well over the line of scrimmage. So it looks like.
I got to ask you about the Pioneers. You've seen your old team play a couple times this year. How are they doing?
Well, they're coming on now. They've won 4 games in a row.
Ball, encroachment on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
I think right now the kids are believing in the offense that they're trying to run. Pat Long is at the quarterback, and he's running the option. He's a very smart kid. He's got a 4.2 grade point average.
Wow.
Great baseball player, good basketball player, and they throw the ball enough that teams can't load up on them, and they've got a running back that runs hard in Jimmy Pena. So they're coming on real well. You just have to wonder what will happen to them when they have to go up against the bigger schools.
2nd and 11. Mutaw bounces outside. Hit Sean Griffin again on the stop. Smith was there as well for Lowell. 3rd and 10 coming up. Lowell looks like a team that is missing a guy that makes big plays, and they have been missing somebody in the last 2 weeks in Kim Burrell.
Kim Burrell definitely. He's on the sidelines, and he's trying to be now the the MVP cheerleader and things. I've seen him going out there and trying to get on the kids to go, but it's a lot easier to do that when you're out on the field.
Goins overthrown, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 9, so Andrean will punt with 6:44 to go.
Andrean actually threw that ball away on purpose, and it kind of surprised me a little bit because it does stop the clock.
Right.
I would have thought they might want to try to run it.
At that point, yeah, he can. That's one of the things Coach Karras was telling us. The guy's quick. Sometimes he just doesn't take off and run. That'd have been a good chance just to roll out there and run and slide down, tuck the ball away, keep the clock running.
Sure.
I told him he needed to give him those old Bobby Finn tapes. Barnbolt's punt taken at the 15-yard line by Keith Powers. Yeah, Houchins has the shoe off on the bench. He looks like he is done for tonight.
Yeah, Coach Kennedy said before the ball game that they're a little bit banged up. Not only Kimbrell out, but they had a couple problems with some sore knees this past week in practice, and this is not the time that you like to see that happen. And it looks like we have another quarterback.
Yes, we do. Andy Vassar, 5'7" junior, has come in. Vassar, first down and 10 from the 15. Going to run a little option, runs out of it, puts the ball down forward to the 19. Gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. .44 Andrew Lawmeyer brings in the play. 2nd and 7. Over the years, let's get to that point after this play. 2nd and 7. There's a pitch with the left hand to French. Mike's got it. Mike's got the first down to the 27-yard line. Seems like sometimes, Coach, over the years, as I've covered high school football, there are teams that get healthy at the right time of the year and gain momentum, and there's teams that get injured, banged up, lose some players, and they lose momentum. And Chesterton has had some folks get injured, like Central has, Portage has, but all of a sudden Valpo's getting healthy and they're playing some great football. We understand they were beating Hobart early tonight. I think Munster's it looked like Munster's defense is peaking at the right time. They might not have enough offense, but defensively they're playing much better football now.
Well, I think Leroy said last week that he got a linebacker back. I don't know the name of the person that it was, but that one player gives enough spark, gives enough energy, is revitalized that, yeah, he can make a big difference, and everybody else starts to pick up to his level.
I forgot his name, too. He may actually come up with a play for him in the Lowell game. 2nd and 4 after the run by French.
We felt that way at Clark. We didn't have a lot of numbers, and we felt that by the time the sectional came around, even if we weren't injured, we were kind of banged up. And in our last year, we tried to change things.
Van Dersen at 35?
In our practice schedule. We did not do any hitting or things on Mondays, so that we did nothing but condition on Mondays in that last year, and we felt like we were a lot better off at the end of the season because of it.
Well, you know, the high school level, you lose a guy and you lose two starters, right?
Especially at places like Clark. Now, Lake Central may not have that problem because they do go only one way. But, yeah, definitely. And probably you lose 3 when you start talking to special teams.
3rd and a couple. Ooh, Anderson.
Now, you know what? That really should not be a flag. Not by the back. The back has the opportunity to move, and he did a nice job.
He did square himself before he got to the line of scrimmage. I think that's what they're going to talk about right here. Some of the Andrean folks came across the line of scrimmage, and then he squared himself to run parallel to the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 3rd down.
It's a real touchy one there because if you simulate a play, then they say that it can be on you. I thought the kid did a great job of coming forward and then just going parallel to the line of scrimmage.
The Red Devils have not gotten any breaks tonight. No. 3rd down and 7. 4:05 to go. Uh-oh.
I think that's the big enemy.
I think we've got more laundry on the field along the near sideline, and that's going to really take them out of a 3rd down and 7.
And this is where it gets tough.
Sideline warning on Lowell. First warning, no distance assessment.
Sideline warning. Sideline warning on Lowell, no distance assessed. I don't know if that was for verbiage or for folks getting too far out on the field.
It could be either one. That I know real well.
You know that rule.
I know that rule.
Here's 37. Oh, hitting going down is Andy Vassar.
Vassar sacked by number 72, Stymack.
Stymack and Pat Croner again on the stop. Andrean's done a good job of just coming after, putting the pedal to the metal this week, coming after the quarterback in passing situations once they got the lead.
Yeah, and they're just coming hard off the defensive side. They know they're going to run. They're hoping to cover up every gap. And if French can beat them on it, then they're probably going to give that up. But it hasn't happened yet.
4th and 16.
Short kick. Got to be careful.
Hacker's kick bounces sideways. Going to roll dead at the Lowell 40. Well, you know what? I'm sure Jeff Karras is going to watch this film, look at it and say, man, should I go to the games next week?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Jeff is going to say that, but maybe
the rest
his
of the
dad is
going to say that.
Yeah, his dad's going to tell him to stay home.
This could be their best performance of the year, maybe, once he looks it over.
They've done very well. There's no doubt about that. It looks like Lowell has a cart with one, loose wheel. They just don't have that energy level that they have had at the Griffith game when I saw it. So you never know how last week is playing towards this week.
1st and 10, Andrean from the Lowell 40, 2:56 to go. I think that was Caldwell to the 38.
Caldwell takes the handoff to about the 38-yard line.
Nope. Adlard. 2nd and 8 coming up.
We don't have a stat on it, I don't think, but Lowell's defense in this, especially the fourth quarter, I don't remember too many first downs by
No, they
Andrean.
played well in the second half.
Yeah, they have.
The big play got him, the big 61-yard TD catch.
Right.
And that was after it looked like Lowell was going to drive and stick it in and take the lead.
Yes.
2nd and 8. Mutaw.
And there it is again. They
dives
got people, they got people at the point of attack. There's no doubt about that.
Mutaw dives to the 35, and Lowell will get a timeout. Again, we'll remind you, next Friday night we'll be here at 11 o'clock as we start the sectionals. East Chicago, one of your former assistants, Coach Mark Hidalgo.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals taking on Chesterton.
And actually, my brother coaches over there also, so there's a definite warm feeling for those guys.
Yeah.
And I've gone by there a couple of times. I tell you what, they've got some great kids. As you said earlier, Dante Smith and Keon Jackson, and I think his name is Kevin Mitchell, or I know his last name. I mean, that kid's a heck of a football player. There's no doubt about it. And I think it'll be a good game. They started the season off with their scrimmage against Chesterton, and they kind of held their own.
And, of course, our big 90-minute pledge special Thursday night from 8 to 9:30. Help support high school football on PBS 56. It's the one time a year we ask you to financially help us out, help fund some of our great football programming here. Give us a call next Thursday. Get your team on a future schedule and help keep high school football on the air. Next Thursday night, of course, once the playoffs start, we do pay a large fee to the Indiana High School Athletic Association to continue to show you playoff football, and that'll begin next Friday night with Chesterton and East Chicago.
Yeah, I tell you what, Joe, and not because I'm here, but I think you guys do a great job. I know the kids love Thursdays. They talk about it a lot, and maybe that's a little bit of the problem. The kids don't have the money. It's the parents that have the money.
There you go.
And these kids that see this every Thursday need to just remind mom and dad that maybe they could, do a little pledge.
Here's the handoff. Adlar with the huge hole, and he's tackled at the 24-yard line. First down, Andrean. They'll move the chains and stop the clock. We have actually been very well supported over the years by the folks, the fans, and just hope for continued support next Thursday. These are two of the teams here tonight that had their fans pledge their way on the schedule this year. Andrean and Lowell both on our schedule because their fans wanted them there, and we hope they'll support high school football again on Thursday. Goins. And he's hit at the point of attack. Yeah, it's great to bring folks a game every Friday night, especially when the playoffs start. You can go home, go to a game, and then come home and watch one. We'll have one of the top games in the area for you each and every Friday night at 11.
I just think it's fantastic on Thursdays where the kids get to see other, stats of other kids and get to see
somebody
video.
else playing well.
Sure, and,
yeah.
and get to see some video, just what other people are doing,
right.
and things of that kind. And you guys have been doing a great job for, I don't know, how long has it been now since you've been on the air?
Geez, it's been 11 years. Goins goes down to one knee. It'll be third down. I think you're right. I think, if you're a fan of a certain team, you go to watch your game every Friday night. You can't go out and see how somebody's running that plays in Porter County or somebody that plays for a team that you don't get to see at all. And I think that's over the years we've been able to show people how other teams look and how other teams play.
Well, sure. And I'll tell you, as a coach, we used to look and see what other people were doing. What was the Duneland doing? Even though as a Lake athletic coach, we weren't real fond of all the press that they were getting over there. Although I must admit it's deserved.
I'm glad you said that.
but as a coach, you didn't want to see
right.
that.
Goins goes down again, and the clock is going to run out. Coach, I appreciate you coming out and joining us tonight. It was fun.
Oh, this has been a blast for me. It's something I enjoy doing on Friday nights, talking football.
If John goes to Greece or on vacation, we'll keep you in mind.
Maybe I'll send him.
There you go.
I'll give him a ticket.
Yeah, give him a call and tell him to take a couple weeks off. Thanks for coming out tonight.
This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it, Joe. And you guys really do a great job.
Thanks a lot. Clark coach Gary Ridgely joining us tonight. There's the final. What a performance by Andrean. They dash Lowell's chances for a conference championship with a 20-7 win. Great job by our crew tonight, fellas. It has come together in the last few weeks. Another excellent job by our crew. And don't forget a pledge special Thursday night at 8 on PBS 56. Final score 20-7. Andrean, good night.
Tonight's game is underwritten by Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute. Offers